Hi, these comments over for FS. This is Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com. I'm listening to the practice test that you sent me. I'm going to give you a score right now. So let's take a look at the email that you sent me. So you have Michael, please listen to evaluate score and provide feedback on my independent speaking practice test 1. So the question is, which do you like, to travel to stay at home with, to travel or stay at home when taking a vacation? Okay, so I have the speaking rubrics here so I can accurately score your response. And let's listen to how you answered this question. Okay, I'm going to listen to the whole thing once without making any comments. The second time, I'll give you some comments, especially as it relates to pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and also your organization and development of ideas. Okay, here we go.
I prefer to travel rather than stay at home whenever I have time off my work. First, because I would be able to explore new places. For example, I remember when I was a student at university, I went to this camping trip to Egypt. I was able to learn how ancient Egyptians mummified their
This is a
bodies to
very
keep
good
it
example,
for
by the way.
other generations and how they built their pyramids. Also, by traveling, I would be able to experience new activities. Back to my previous example, when I traveled to Egypt, I tried water rafting, parachuting, and skydiving. That's why I prefer to travel.
This is a very good strategy. So you brought up the one example of going to Egypt, and that connected back to the first reason, how you can travel to new places. But also, you took that same example with your second reason, and you said that you can learn new activities. And then you gave an example to help support that. So I think that your strategy was brilliant. That was a very brilliant strategy to show some depth and complexity of thought. Because a lot of people have trouble when they present two reasons. I don't have enough time, but you built on that first reason that you had already explained. So my first impression is I think it's a pretty good response. Maybe you're speaking a little bit slowly, but I think you're very strong in the topic development area. I'm going to give you a 4 when it comes to topic development, where it said is generally well developed and coherent relationship between ideas are clear, or there is clear progression of ideas. I think that is exactly what you did there. Now, let's take a look one more time. I'm going to check your delivery and your language use. So let's see. So I'm going to say you're 4 when it comes to topic development. Okay, let's take a look at it one more time.
I prefer to travel rather than stay at home whenever I have time off my work.
So I think that the pacing is more in the 3 area, not the 4 area. So as it says, delivery, uh, speech is generally clear, yes, with some fluidity of expression, though minor difficulties with pronunciation, intonation, or pacing. Right there. So you need to group your thought groups, maybe 5 to 6 stressed syllables or stressed words. You need to group those together as one thought group. Uh, and you want to work on blending the words within those thought groups.
First, because I would be able to explore new places. For example,
And second, because I can do new activities.
I remember when I was a student at university, I went
Which university was
to
it?
this camping trip to Egypt. I was able to learn how ancient Egyptians mummified their bodies to keep it for other generations and how they built their pyramids.
Good. So 2 points you learned there: how they mummified the bodies, how they built the pyramids. Good. So you learned that from traveling to new places.
Also, by traveling, I would be able to experience new activities. Back to my previous example, when I traveled to Egypt, I tried water rafting, parachuting, and skydiving. That's
No, what I would do is maybe instead of talking about the 3 activities, mention one of those activities and then take some time to explain it, to describe it in some detail. I think that would help you with your topic
why I
development.
prefer to travel.
Okay, so I think 3 when it comes to delivery, 4 when it comes to topic development, language use probably in the 3 area. So you're a little bit basic when it comes to your vocabulary and your grammar. So I'm thinking I don't know exactly who knows how the TOEFL actually scores these practice tests. But what I'm saying is I think delivery it's more in this area. The language use is also here, but your topic development I think is over here. So I'm going to put you at maybe 24 to 26 points out of 30 on this practice test. And I think to improve, there's probably a couple of things you can do here. So you want to improve your speaking rate. And if you want to do some practice with that, you can go over to bettertoeflscores.com and find the lesson. It says TOEFL speaking rate practice tips. That's a really good lesson based on your weaknesses right now. Language use, you want to try to create some longer, maybe 20 to 25 word sentences in there and use also some longer vocabulary words. I think that would help you with the language use area. All right, thank you.